Number 10, Luke Steslicki. Number 11, Jacob Dunn. Number 12, Daniel Campbell. Number 15, Noah Piercy. Number 16, Thomas Roberts. Number 19, Harrison Miller. Number 21, Chris Seguin. Number 22, Lane Gora. Number 23, Quinn Renneker. Number 28, Ethan King. Number 32, Cameron Popa. Number 33, Michael Roberts. Number 35, Christian Hardesty. Number 42, Alex Perfect. Number 44, Shane Lanning. Number 50, Zach Peterson. Number 51, Cullen Kernut. Number 54, Caden Morris. Number 55, Carlos Saxon. Number 56, Colby Ford. Number 60, Josh LaFave. Number 71, Nate Hoffman. Number 75, Cameron Lee. Number 77, Jake LaFave. And number 81, Jake Posorek. Those are the Brighton Bulldogs. And now to introduce you to your Hartland Eagles varsity blue team. Number 1, Bryce Stewart. Number 4, Jake Caputo. Number 8, Nathan Napier. Number 10, Evan Metz. Number 15, Colin Arnold. Number 16, Brandon Stewart. Number 17, Justin Smith. Number 18, Benjamin Mercer. Number 19, Corbin Charter. Number 20, Alec Powell. Number 21, Spencer Quigley. Number 22, Jace Gowell. Number 24, Lucas Tappan. Number 43, Nate Demoff. Number 83, Chase Allen. Number 88, Rick Teeter. And number 99, Jonathan Livingston. Your Hartland varsity blue team is head coached by Brian Powell. Assistant coaches Darcy Arnold, Art Cartwright, Ken Gowell, and Frank Tappan. And also with us tonight is the Hartland varsity cheer and pom team. Let's hear it for that team. At this time, will you please stand and face the flag for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rocking up, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Gentlemen, are you ready for some football?
Welcome to the Little Big House. Game time temperature is 72 degrees in the Little Big House.
Hartland will receive the
Hartland's going to be receiving. Brighton will be kicking. Number 28 looks to be kicking off. So here we are. It looks like number 28 will be kicking off for Brighton. And here it is.
The kick to Hartland received at the 35.
Received by Alec Powell.
Taken back to the Hartland 46, where it'll be 1st and 10.
To the Hartland 46. It'll be 1st and 10 for Hartland. Here we go. Hartland under center. Got two wings and a man in the backfield. Goes in motion, pitches it, and he's going to the outside. He's still up. Taken down at the 50-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 5. Here's Hartland in the same formation again. Alec Powell in motion. Hands it off up the gut. And good for about 3 or 4 yards. Up the middle. It'll be 3rd down on the Brighton 46-yard line. And about 2 yards to go. Hartland in the same formation again. Alec Powell in motion again. Pitches it to the outside. He's going to the outside. He cuts it up. He's got the 1st down and more. He's still going. He's still up. And he's tackled by a pack of Bulldogs. He's got the 1st down. At about the 34-yard line of Brighton. So here's Hartland in the same formation. Brighton in a 4-4 it looks like, or a 5-3. Ran up the middle. Stop for, looks like a no gain. One-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 on the 33 of Brighton. So here's Hartland in the same formation. Haven't seen them run anything else different yet. There goes Evan in motion. He's running to the outside. He's got some speed and he's still up. He cuts back. He cuts back again and he's tackled at about the 5-yard line. He's got a 1st down and is now 1st and goal for Hartland inside the 10-yard line.
US Ustream.tv, which broadcasts live over the internet nationwide and outside the nation. Again, this game can be watched live on www.ustream.tv.
So here's Hartland. Pitch, or no, he hands it off in the middle, and he will be short of the end zone. It'll be second down.
Handoff up the middle to number 20, number 24.
At about the 1-2 yard line, maybe. Here's Hartland in the same formation again. They run a lot out of this. Gives it to Alec Powell. Alec Powell is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Alec Powell. Hartland up 6-0. So here's Hartland for the extra point. It'll be Evan Metz going for the field goal. Here's a snap. And it looked like it was blocked. Kick is no good. So Hartland up 6-0 with 7:33 left in the first quarter. They will kick off from their 40. Here's Hartland with a kickoff.
Kickoff by Hartland, taken by Brighton at about their own 27-yard line, return to their own 39, where it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the
So here's Brighton, run up the middle by number 21. He's got a 1st down.
handoff to number 21, Spencer Quigley.
On about the 45-yard line.
What? He's got it. Thanks.
So here's number 10 on Brighton under center. He's got 2 backs in the backfield.
1st and 10, Brighton Bulldogs.
23 goes in motion. Here's a snap,
45.
fake pitch, hand off to 11. He's brought down
Brighton,
in the
Jacob
backfield.
Dunn.
Loss of about 2.
Loss about 2 on the play, which will bring up a 2nd down and 12.
Ball's on the 46-yard line. Here's 21 up the middle.
Taken up the middle, number 21.
Gain of about 7 on the play.
Gain of about 7 on the play, which will bring up a 3rd down and 3 from the Hartland 37-yard line.
The Hartland 37-yard line. So Brighton's got the ball on Hartland's 37-yard line. It's 3rd down and 3. Got number 10 under center. They've got a wing on the right side. Handoff to
quarterback number 10.
21 again.
Takes the snap, hands it off to number 21, Chris Seguin.
He's got the 1st down.
Who carries the ball for a 1st down for the Brighton Bulldogs. Brighton will have the ball 1st and 10 from the Hartland 32-yard line.
Hartland ball on the 33-yard line. Brighton ball on the 33-yard line. All right.
Flags on the field. False start, Brighton Bulldogs.
They'll take them back 5 yards.
5-yard penalty. The ball will be spotted at the Hartland 37-yard line. It'll bring up a 1st and 15 yards.
Run up the middle by number 21.
Handoff taken by number 21, Chris Seguin. Carried up the middle for about a 5-yard, 6-yard gain, which will bring up a 2nd and 8 at the Hartland 31-yard line.
So I'm here with Jim Metz.
I'm here with Nate Huerta, broadcasting live from the booth. Again, this game is brought to you by Haya Football. You can watch it live on TV, www.ustream.tv from anywhere in the nation or even outside the nation on a computer. Carry by Brighton there for a minimal gain. Bring up a 3rd and 8 from the Hartland 31-yard line.
If you're wondering what these ribbons are for on the field, it's for childhood cancer.
Cool.
So representing them.
That's because Hartland Area Youth Athletic Association proudly recognizes September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month.
Here's Brighton. Run to the outside. Here goes 21, and he's going to get in for the touchdown.
Number 21 carries the ball outside right. Chris Seguin will carry the ball from the Hartland 31 yards into the end zone for a Brighton touchdown and tie the game up at 6 apiece.
That was a great run by number 21. He got around to the outside and just turned on his speed. Got around the Hartland defense. And they're going to go for the field goal right now. The field goal in this league is worth 2 points. And if you run it in, it's worth 1. And the field goal is good. And that is 2 more points Brighton up 8-6.
Brighton Bulldogs attempt the 2-point conversion with the kick attempt, and the attempt is good, which gives Brighton an 8-6 lead over Hartland. In the junior football, the rule for extra points is if you run it in or pass it in after a touchdown, it's only worth 1, unlike college or the NFL. Here, if you kick it in, it's worth 2, and that kick was good for 2 points.
The reason it's worth 2 points for a field goal is because it's harder to get it in at this age.
That is correct.
So Brighton will kick off from their 40 to Evan Metz and Alec Powell.
Number 20, Alec Powell, and number 10, Evan Metz, back at their own 30-yard line to receive the kickoff for Hartland. Brighton at their own 42 kickoff.
Starting to get a little bit darker out. It's about 70-something degrees.
It's a beautiful night for football here.
It is. So here's 23 on the kickoff.
Number 23
kick
for Brighton, Quinn Renniker.
Evan Metz going around
Kicks
the
it off.
outside. He's
Evan
going.
Metz, number
He
10,
might go all the way.
catches the ball
20,
at the Hartland 30
10.
and returns
Touchdown,
it 70
Evan
yards
Metz.
for a Hartland touchdown. Number 10, Evan Metz with the kickoff return for Hartland. Carries it in about 70 yards for the touchdown.
Hartland goes up 12-8 after that
Score
touchdown
is
by
now
Evan
Hartland
Metz.
12, Brighton Bulldogs 8.
So Hartland's going to go for the field goal right here.
And Hartland, after the touchdown, has decided to go for the 2-point attempt. Colin Arnold back to hold for the kicker on the extra point attempt, or 2-point attempt, Evan Metz.
A great run to the outside by Evan Metz on that return. And there's a timeout, Hartland.
Timeout called by the Hartland Eagles, their first of this half.
I'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors, Ditch Witch, Hartland Township, Hartland Community Education, Hartland Consolidated Schools, Preview Properties, brought to you by Scott Bolin, H&H Powder Coating, the Tobel family, Wayne Thompson and family, the Preston family, Paydock Home Builders, Green Lawn Landscaping, Specialistic Construction, Pure, Tony Sacco's, Tanya Gibson, Iverson's Lumber Company, Mechanical Heating and Cooling, the Broker family, and the Osborne family.
So we need to coordinate.
The snap to Colin Arnold, the kick by Evan Metz is no good.
That was great defense by Brighton on the extra point to block that field goal.
And after that failed extra point attempt, the score remains Hartland 12, Brighton 8 with 1 minute and 31 seconds left in this first quarter.
So how'd you like Brighton's defense?
Well, Nate, on that last drive, we didn't get to see much of defense because Evan Metz took that ball on the kickoff and ran it back about 70 yards for a touchdown. We haven't seen much defense in this game yet by either team.
Nope. It's been mostly offense. That usually means it's going to be a high-scoring game.
I think you're probably right. Number number 82, Chase Allen, ready for the kickoff for Hartland. And he kicks the ball from the Hartland 40 down to about the Brighton 29, where it's picked up by none other than number 21, Chris Seguin for Brighton.
Oh, he's going.
Who rumbles down the sideline about 40 yards until he's met by number 10, Evan Metz, and taken out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Brighton Bulldogs from the Hartland 27.
Another great return. This time from Brighton.
Just going to say the same thing, Nate. That's 2 kickoffs in a row that we've seen excellent returns. Obviously, the touchdown return by Hartland, but about a 45-yard, 50-yard scamper for Brighton, which will give them great field position to start in Hartland territory.
So number 10 is playing quarterback for Brighton. We got number 21, 23, and 11 in the backfield. And they've got a wing to the left side.
10, Luke Steslacid in at quarterback.
21 going in for the touchdown. Oh my gosh.
Chris Seguin, who carries the ball in for 6 points for Brighton.
Scores 14-12, Brighton.
So far, Nate, number 21, Chris Seguin for Brighton, has done a lot of damage here to the Hartland Eagle defense. And if Hartland's going to win this game, they're going to have to do something about stopping number 21.
Yes, they are. He's already got 2 touchdowns. A couple big runs, too.
Brighton elects to go for the 2-point kick attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick. It's low and to the right, no good. So after that 6-point touchdown and failed conversion, Brighton will retain a 14-12 lead over Hartland with a little less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Well, Nate, there's been no problem with either team scoring so far. Each team's put up 2 touchdowns in the first 11 and a half minutes of this game. And as we said earlier, if somebody wants to win this game, they're going to have to find a defensive stop inside of them here at some point.
They're probably going to make that adjustment at halftime. It's really the only time they got.
So after that last kickoff return for a touchdown by Hartland, number 10, Evan Metz, my guess is the Bulldog coaches have told their kicker to kick it away from number 10.
He's probably going to kick it towards Alec Powell now. Another strong runner.
And I don't know that that's going to do them much better. Brighton at their own 40, ready to kick off to Hartland, again with the 14-12 lead. Back at about their own 31, Evan Metz, number 10, and Alec Powell, number 20. This time the kick's to the left side of the field, and it's kicked out of bounds at the Hartland 47-yard line. And there's a flag on the field for the kick out of bounds.
So Hartland will take over on their 44-yard line.
Hartland will take over from their 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Colin Arnold under center. He takes the snap and hands it off up the middle for about a 9-yard gain. That's Lucas Tappan with a very nice carry for 9 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 1 for Hartland. And that'll probably be the last play of this first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, Brighton 14, Hartland 12. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the Hartland Football 2014 sponsors. They are Ditch Witch, Hartland Township, Hartland Community Education, Hartland Consolidated Schools, Preview Properties brought to you by Scott Bolin, H&H Powder Coating, the Tobel family, Wayne Thompson and family, the Preston family, Paddock Home Builders, Theo Paddock, Green Lawn Landscaping Maintenance Company, Specialistic Construction Inc., Apsopure, Tony Saccos, Tanya Gibson, Realtor at Coldwell Banker Town and Country, Iverson's Lumber Company, MAS Mechanical Heating and Cooling, and the Broker family. Since we did not announce them earlier, I'd like to announce the 2014 varsity cheer and pom team. That team consists of Hannah Armstrong, Autumn Barnhart, Lindsay Casey, Morgan Cooper, Madison Digue, Mackenzie Dixon, Mackenzie Durand, Hannah Fife, Savannah Gregory, Aaron Martino, Audrey McNally, Rachel Newens, Rebecca Nichols, Jocelyn Ober, Alyssa Ostrowski, and after this play, I will tell you the rest of the team. I'll continue now. Abby Pacienza, Addison Perry, Kelsey Prack, Carolyn Prentice, Olivia Refsel, Amanda Riley, Elena Stunkel, Elizabeth Zatek, Callie Tognetti, Roslyn Waldorf, and Allison Zalewski. Snap taken by Colin Arnold, given to Alec Powell, who runs the ball up the middle for a Hartland first down.
Each team's averaging about 60 yards per play on offense.
First and 10 Hartland from the Brighton 42. Handoff left to Evan Metz, who runs the ball outside left and carries the ball, still carrying the ball, and is finally brought down at about the Brighton 22 after a 20-yard pickup, which brings up another Hartland first down. Be Hartland ball, first and 10 from the Brighton 22. Colin Arnold takes the snap, pitches back to Alec Powell, who takes the ball to the right and gets about 8 or 9 yards. And it'll bring up second and short for Hartland. So, Nate, after that last carry for 20 yards by Evan Metz and a 70-yard kickoff return and an earlier about 50-yard run for Evan Metz, he's got about 140 all-purpose yards at this point. And we're just into the second quarter.
Timeout.
While we have this timeout, I'd like to also introduce you to the Brighton Bulldog Varsity Gold cheerleaders. They are Hannah Berry, Emily Bahu, Haley Buckley, Casey Getz, Haley Hale, Olivia Lovelady, Sarah Luck, Anna Maida, Gracie Olney, Olivia Speen, Alexis Templeton, Yale Zoltowski, and they are coached by Janice Buckley. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you that the Hartland merchandise tent is open tonight, but it will not be open during the whole game. It's open now and it'll stay open through halftime, but once halftime is done, your opportunity to buy your Hartland apparel will be done for the night. Play resumes, Hartland ball at about the 14-yard line. Second and about 2 for Hartland.
Hartland's been in the same formation all night so far. Alec Powell goes in motion. There's a flag on the play.
The handoff up the middle to number 24. Nope, number 40. Number 20, Alec Powell. Who was that carried that ball, Nate?
Alec Powell. Was it?
Again, a reminder that we have something special here in Hartland, that all these games are provided to you live on www.ustream.tv. Friends and relatives who can't make it to the football field here for any of the games can watch it live on that website. Handoff and the pitch to number 20, Alec Powell, who carries the ball for about 3 or 4 yards. The ball will be placed by the official at the Brighton 18-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 6.
So here's Hartland in the same formation again.
3rd down, snap taken by Colin Arnold. Give it to Alec Powell, who gives it to Evan Metz, who carries the ball down to about the Brighton 14-yard line.
Flag on the play.
But there's a flag on the play. And it looks like it may be an illegal formation. And the Brighton head coach is given the option to let the play stand, which will bring up a 3rd and short, or take the penalty, and he's going to take the penalty and march Hartland back. Which will then replay the last down. So, Nate, this seems like the first time tonight that it's actually taken some time for either team to put the ball in the end zone. We haven't had a touchdown in about 4 minutes.
It's the longest time that either team's had the ball.
Handoff taken by Colin Arnold. Pitch to Alec Powell, who runs outside to the right, down to about the Brighton 23-yard line, tackled inbounds. But again, there's a flag on the play. And it looks like the Hartland coaches do not agree with the flag, but the flag is thrown. The Brighton coach, nonetheless, is going to decline the penalty, which will bring up a 4th down and about 12 from the Brighton 23-yard line. It's a big down here, Nate. 4th and 12. This could be the first defensive stand of the game by either team, I believe. And if Hartland does get the first down, it could be definitely a bad thing for Brighton. Colin Arnold back to throw. Has lots of time to throw. Throws it up into the end zone.
Touchdown.
It's caught by Hartland as the Hartland player is falling down in the end zone but makes the catch.
Score is 18-14.
Zone was made by number 24, Lucas Tappan. Colin Arnold had plenty of time to throw the ball and made a nice throw down the middle of the field. They needed 12. They got about 24, and they got 6 points.
Hartland's O-line has been doing a great job blocking to get
Hartland, after this touchdown, again decides to
get these yards.
Line up for the 2-point extra point attempt, the kick. Snap, the hold, no hold, the pitch, and the ball's going to be whistled down. Extra point attempt, again, no good, which will keep the score Hartland 18, Brighton 14. Dogs and returned into Hartland territory. It looked like the Brighton player was going to have a hard time picking up that ball, but he picked it up and he scampered for 20 to 25 yards into Hartland territory. It's going to bring up a Brighton Bulldog 1st and 10 from the Hartland 49-yard line. So Brighton will start inside Hartland territory on this possession.
And another great return.
Yeah, we've seen that all night tonight, Nate, haven't we?
Yeah.
Didn't look like there was going to be much of an option on that return there, but he made something out of nothing and returned the ball about 20 yards into Hartland territory. We've seen multiple very good kickoff returns and or bad kickoff defense all night tonight.
All they have to do is just find the seam.
Number 23 for Brighton, Quinn Renneker in motion. Handoff by the quarterback, number 15, to none other than number 21, Chris Seguin, who carries the ball for about 9 yards. The officials are going to say enough for a first down. Originally, the fingers were up for a second down, but it looks like he got 10 or more, and it's going to bring up a Brighton Bulldog first down, so the carry was good for 10 or more yards. 1st and 10, Brighton from the Hartland 39.
Seems like almost every play on offense has been more than 10 yards.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a lot of that tonight. This has not been two teams that were necessarily here to play defense yet, but definitely two teams who have been very prolific on offense. Snap taken by the quarterback, number 15, Noah Piercy. Pitches the ball to 21, Seguin again, who rumbles down to the Hartland 22-yard line for another Bulldog first down. So Nate, between number 21 Seguin for Brighton and number 10 Metz for Hartland, those two guys right now just seem to be battling back and forth with each other.
They've got like 100 yards each, at least.
Handoff for Brighton for another big gain. Not for a first down this time, but about 7 or 8 yards probably. It'll bring up a 2nd and 2 for Brighton. And again, a reminder to, I guess I don't have to remind people who are watching this on live broadcast on www.ustream.tv, because they already know about this website and this great opportunity for the live broadcast over the internet to watch their family and friends from afar. But I just received a text message from Danny Metz from the Royal Oak area, who is watching this game live right now, watching his nephew, number 10, Evan Metz. And at this point, I'm sure he's very proud of what he's seen out of his nephew.
He actually just had a huge tackle, but the player's hurt, so.
Bulldog player down on the field. Hartland 18, Brighton 14 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first half. While there's a break in the action, want to remind you that Hartland Area Youth Athletic Association proudly recognizes September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Childhood cancer is the #1 disease killer of children. We lose more children to cancer than all other diseases combined. About 1 out of every 285 children at some point will be diagnosed with cancer before their 20th birthday. Worldwide, a child is diagnosed with cancer every 3 minutes. Unlike adult cancers, childhood cancers are not related to lifestyle factors, and little can be done to prevent them. Many adult cancers can be diagnosed early. In 80% of kids, cancer has already spread to other areas of the body by the time it is diagnosed. In the United States, 1 out of every 5 children who are diagnosed with cancer do not survive. Did you know that all types of childhood cancers combined receive only 4% of the U.S. federal funding for cancer research? This September, we challenge you to do something to help the kids with cancer. Get involved, speak up, share information on Facebook and Twitter. Kids can't fight childhood cancer alone. The St. Baldrick's Foundation is committed to funding the most promising research to find cures for childhood cancer and give survivors long, healthy lives. Please visit www.stbaldricks.org to donate and see how you can help. Thank you very much. And for that purpose of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, there are, as you can see, 4 ribbons on the football field that were provided by Green Lawn Landscaping Maintenance, which is one of the Hartland Football 2014 sponsors. Ready to resume play. It'll be Brighton 2nd and 11. From the Hartland 15-yard line. Number 15 for Brighton, Noah Piercy, remains under center. He'll take the snap and pitch it right to Seguin, who carries the ball. Is not being brought down by Hartland. There's no whistle on the play yet. And there's finally a whistle on the play. And he's tackled at about the 5-yard line, and it'll bring up a 2nd and about 3 for Brighton. Again, Nate, as we've seen all night for Brighton, Chris Seguin is their offensive player who's carrying this team, and he with some difficulty bringing him down there by Hartland. They're not wrapping up.
Yep, there it goes again. That time they got tackled.
That's right, number 21, Chris Seguin again on the carry. It'll bring up a Brighton first down from about the Hartland 2-yard line. And Brighton is in no huddle offense right now. They get right back up to the line of scrimmage. Number 15 under center. Takes the ball, hands it to number 21, Seguin, who carries it into the end zone again for another Brighton touchdown. Number 21, Chris Seguin, which gives the Bulldogs a 20-18 lead with 2:42 left to go in this first half. Again, we've seen all night after each touchdown, both teams decide to go and elect to go for the 2-point kick conversion. It looks like Brighton will do the same again. Quarterback number 15 will hold the snap for the kick, and it looked like it was going to be blocked by the Eagles. They definitely got in there, but it wasn't, and the Brighton kick for 2 is good, which gives the Bulldogs a 22-18 lead.
There's a flag on the play. It looked like someone hit the kicker.
What a beautiful night for a football game, Nate.
It is. We got the moon out, the lights on.
With a bunch of trees right outside the stadium. Great scenery for a great football game. 2 teams battling it here. As we speak right now at 8:15 in the evening, it's still 64 degrees. Stars are out, not a cloud in the sky. Brighton will kick off from their own 40-yard line. Hartland is ready for the kick return.
The refs are having a little meeting right now.
I think they're talking about the penalty there on that extra point attempt. That was good for 2. Deciding since it was good, Brighton obviously, if they have the option, would like to assess it on the kickoff rather than re-kick. So the decision that has to be made is, does Brighton keep the 2 points and decline the penalty, or will they get to accept the penalty and assess it on the kickoff here? And it looks like the 4 men here tonight in black and white will converge at midfield and make the call. And it looks like the call is going to be assessed on the kickoff, and it's going to be assessed 15 yards. Instead of kicking from their own 40, Brighton will kick from the Hartland 45, which presents a very good opportunity if they want to kick the ball, onside kick, if you will, and recover the fumble. So after the 15-yard penalty is assessed for roughing the kicker, it's assessed on the kickoff. Brighton will kick off instead from the Hartland 45-yard line. And they attempt to do an onside kick, but it doesn't go 10 yards. It only goes about 7 or 8, and because of that, we have more laundry on the field.
There's been a lot of laundry on the field today.
The flag is going to be against Brighton for not kicking it 10 yards. Hartland decides to decline the penalty, and they will keep the ball at their own 37-yard line and start from their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Colin Arnold lines up under center, number 15 for Hartland. Alec Powell in motion, gets the pitch from Colin Arnold, who takes the ball about 8 yards down to the Hartland 44-yard line. And that'll bring up a 2nd and about 3 yards. With just over 2 minutes left to go in this first half of play.
See if the defense can do anything.
Pitch taken by Colin Arnold, given to Evan Metz, number 10, who runs to the midfield at the 50 and spins out of a tackle. Takes the ball down to about the 48-yard line of Brighton. That'll be a 1st down for Hartland. 1st and 10 from the Brighton 48 as the clock continues to tick down to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Hartland hurries up back to the line of scrimmage. And there's a whistle on the field with 1:22 left in the first half. I believe it's going to be a Brighton timeout. Again, a special thanks to our 2014 Hartland football sponsors, Ditch Witch, Hartland Township, Hartland Community Education, Hartland Consolidated Schools, Preview Properties, H&H Powder Coating, the Tolble family, Wayne Thompson and family, the Preston family, Paddock Home Builders, Green Lawn Landscaping Maintenance, Specialistic Construction, Apsopure, Tony Sacco's, Tanya Gibson, Realtor at Coldwell Banker Town and Country, Iverson's Lumber Company, MAS Mechanical Heating and Cooling, and the Broker family. While there's a break in the action, Saturday was full of college football, and some scores from the Big Ten today. In East Lansing, Michigan State 56, Wyoming 14. Looks like Ohio State is still playing in the 3rd quarter, and they have a 33-21 lead on Cincinnati. Illinois and Nebraska are playing in Lincoln at 9 p.m. tonight. Wisconsin beats South Florida 27-10. Rutgers over Tulane 31-6. Iowa 24, Purdue 10. Northwestern at Penn State with a surprising win. Northwestern 29, Penn State 6. Maryland 37, Indiana 15. And right here in our backyard in Ann Arbor, Minnesota Golden Gophers going to Ann Arbor and upset, I guess if you want to call it an upset, Michigan 30-14. The handoff to number 10, Evan Metz. He's met in the backfield. He didn't have much of a chance there. As soon as he received the handoff, he had 2 or 3 Brighton players ready there to tackle him out of the timeout, and that'll bring up a 2nd and about 13 from just short of midfield for Hartland. The handoff to number 24, Lucas Tappan. Actually, the handoff to number 22, Jace Gowell. For a short gain, it'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for Hartland with 40 seconds left in the first half. And the Bulldogs clinging to a 22-18 lead in this first half.
Hartland calls a timeout.
So far, this first half, which has 40 seconds left in it, has been a pretty entertaining first half. We've seen 40 points go up on the board, some fine offensive plays, some fine kickoff returns, and the defenses are starting to clamp down a little bit. But again, great night for football and two teams who are just going at it. And don't be surprised if you see an end around here to number 10, Evan Metz, outside left. There's a lot of green over there. We're going to run right. The pitch to Alec Powell, who will carry the ball down to the Brighton 43-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down and about 5 for Hartland with 24 seconds left in the first half. They hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Arnold takes the snap, who gives it to Powell. Gives it to Metz, who fumbles the ball and falls on it at midfield. And that'll be about a 7 or 8 yard loss after the fumble, which is recovered by Hartland. But it'll be a turnover on downs because that was 4th down. And it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Brighton with under 10 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Got a pretty big crowd here tonight.
Again, Nate, what a wonderful opportunity for friends and family from locally who can't make it here tonight to watch their loved ones. Also outside of this state, nationwide, and even outside of the country, for them to watch these 7th and 8th graders, or at least most of them are 7th and 8th grade. You know, Hartland has a 6th grader on the team. His name is Chase Allen. He's playing up a level. But what a wonderful opportunity for these people who are watching this game right now live on www.ustream.tv, which broadcasts this game live over the internet. And Brighton, first down, number 15, quarterback back to pass, throws it up deep, and it is deflected by a Hartland player, almost intercepted, but deflected, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the Hartland 49 with 2.6 seconds left to go in this first half. Handoff number 21, Brighton Seguin, who has a nice run for about 9 or 10 yards, but it won't be enough as that's the last play of the first half. He's tackled by Hartland at about the Hartland 39 or 40-yard line. There's a flag on the play. So this may not be yet the last play of the first half that we just saw. It's going to be a defensive penalty, face mask. Brighton will obviously accept that penalty, and the half cannot end on a defensive penalty. So even though there's no time on the clock in this first half, there will be one more play before the first half ends. Number 15, Noah Piercy for Brighton behind the center, takes the shotgun snap, throws the ball into the end zone, bounces off a couple players, and ultimately it is intercepted by Hartland, but then fumbled. Hartland recovers inside their own 10. That now is officially the last play of the first half. And our halftime score here live from Hartland, 22 for the Brighton Bulldogs and 18 for Hartland. And we'll have a 12-minute halftime intermission, and going to remind you that the Hartland merchandise tent is open over by the entrance to the football facility. It'll only be open through the end of this half. Once halftime is over, it'll close. So if you want that Hartland merchandise, Bella Sapola, Gracie Metz, or Tessa Metz, make sure you get down there and get it before halftime's over. And again, a welcome to the Brighton Varsity Gold cheerleaders who will perform for us.
Someone else give me a different dish.
Danny's watching it. He heard me. reminder that you only have through halftime to get that Hartland merchandise, and also an announcement for the 50-50 raffle. Buy your tickets and try to bring home some cash tonight.
Pizza you put in front of me.
Okay, we're ready to resume this second half of play. To start the second half, Brighton will have a 22-18 lead on Hartland. And Brighton should be receiving the ball to start the second half as well. Nate, another kickoff opportunity return here for Brighton. As we talked about earlier, all night we've seen some real good kickoff returns, not only from Brighton but Hartland as well. And here's another opportunity for Brighton. Were you able to take advantage of some of those good concessions at halftime?
I still am.
Yeah, how's that pizza down there?
It's good. It's hot.
Number 82 for Hartland, Chase Allen will take the kickoff duties for Hartland, with two players back for Brighton at their own 25-yard line.
Well, I guess we're going to see if they made any defensive adjustments on both sides.
You said that might happen at halftime, and yeah, you're right. We'll see if the teams clamp down or not. The ball's kicked off and takes a couple bounces, and it's taken by a Brighton player at about the Brighton 30, and it's returned up to about the 40-yard line of Brighton for about a 10-yard return. Brighton will take over 1st and 10 from their own 40. As I give my daughter Gracie Metz a kiss for bringing me back some water. And a handoff to 21 again, Seguin, who takes the ball 60 yards right up the middle of the Hartland defense. Don't even think he was touched. 60 yards to the end zone for 6 points for Brighton, which gives Brighton now a 28-18 lead. Well, Nate, we talked about it, and we said maybe some adjustments would be made at halftime with the defenses for both teams, really. Both teams gave up 3 touchdowns in the first half, but if any adjustments were made by the Hartland defense at halftime, they obviously didn't work on that play. Number 21, Seguin, who's been tearing it up all day, all night long, another touchdown. Brighton lines up to attempt a 2-point kick again. And this time it's no good. No good for the attempt. The score will remain Brighton 28 and Hartland 18. We had a kickoff and we had one play from the line of scrimmage, and only 48 seconds into this third quarter, a Brighton touchdown giving them a 28-18 lead.
Well, I guess we're going to get a chance to see how Brighton's defense does now.
That is true, Nate. And, well, I guess that depends on how their kickoff coverage is, because we've already seen one kickoff return for Hartland for a touchdown tonight by number 10, Evan Metz. And we'll see if they kick it deep to Metz and Powell, which is a dynamic duo standing back at the Hartland 30. A lot of speed back there. We'll see if they get a chance or anybody else on this team gets a chance to return it. Last time Brighton kicked off was inside the Hartland 50, so they tried to squib it. And they kick it towards out of bounds here again. And Brighton kicks the ball off, and it goes down to about the Hartland 35-yard line, but it goes out of bounds, so there's a flag on the play.
They're probably still glad that Evan Metz or Alec Powell still didn't get it.
That's very true. And it looks like Hartland has declined the penalty. Will decide to take the ball from the, well, nope, it looks like they're going to have Brighton re-kick it. So flag on the play for Brighton, kicking the ball out of bounds. Hartland has elected to have Brighton re-kick it instead of taking it at their own 35-yard line. Brighton will be backed up 5 yards to their own 35-yard line, where they will re-kick to Hartland. And number 22, Lane Gore, kicks the ball off.
We have another re-kick.
Looks like it may have been an offsides on Brighton. Flag on the play. Which will back up Brighton another 5 yards to their own 30-yard line to attempt another kickoff. And it's actually number 20 who has the kickoff duties, kicking off from his own 30. The kickoff by Brighton again out of bounds, this time around the Hartland 40-yard line. And another flag on the play for kicking the ball out of bounds. And the penalty will be accepted and back Brighton up to kick off from their own 25-yard line. That's 3 5-yard penalties in a row on the Bulldogs. So Nate, when they originally were going to kick off at the 40-yard line, now they're kicking off at their own 25-yard line with 3 consecutive 5-yard penalties. Hartland, if they are able to get their hands on this ball at some point, should have very good field position.
I think they just should kick it to Evan and Alec. Just let them return it.
I think that would be great. They haven't had that opportunity in a while. Brighton's obviously trying to kick away from those two guys.
Probably have a better chance if they did kick it to him.
This time the kick stays in bounds and is taken by Alec Powell at the Hartland 48. And he carries it about 13 yards to the Brighton 39-yard line. And after all of that, 3 consecutive 5-yard penalties, we'll have a Hartland 1st and 10 from, looks like they're the Brighton Bulldogs 40-yard line.
Finally get a chance to see their defense now. See if they made any adjustments.
Well, Hartland's got good field position, that's for sure. The snap taken by Colin Arnold, handed over to number 10, Evan Metz, who carries the ball left. Continues to carry ball left. Can't be taken down by about 4 or 5 Brighton players until he's finally tackled at about the 11-yard line after about a 29-yard gain. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Hartland from the Brighton 11-yard line.
Doesn't look like Brighton made any adjustments either after that 29-yard gain.
Well, again, Nate, between 21 for Brighton Seguin and 10 for Metz, they just keep battling back and forth with each other. Let's see what Hartland does here at the, looks like actually it's inside the 10-yard line. So it's 1st and goal from inside the 10. Handoff taken by Colin Arnold, pitched outside right to Alec Powell, who carries the ball back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe about a 1 yard loss to the far right side of the field. That'll bring up a 2nd and goal for Hartland from the Brighton 8 yard line. Number 19, Corbin Charter, up to the line of scrimmage. The center to take the ball. Under center, number 15, Colin Arnold. Arnold takes the snap, hands off to number 10, who busts up the middle, Evan Metz. Hartland appeared to be in a different formation that time, but there's a flag on the play. And the carry down to about the 2 yard line of Brighton by Evan Metz will be negated by that flag. And we will replay 2nd down. I believe the flag on the play is going to be for illegal motion or illegal formation. And it's going to back Hartland up to their own 11, or the Brighton Bulldog 11 yard line. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal from the Brighton 11. And what do you think we're going to see here, Nate?
I think we're going to see a run to the outside, probably by Alec Powell or Evan Metz. Or maybe a handoff off the middle.
I think your outside call is correct. And the pitch to Evan Metz, who fakes a handoff to Alec Powell and carries the ball into the end zone for a Hartland Eagle touchdown. It appeared as if he was going to hand off to Alec Powell, and it was a fake handoff. And it looked like he was going to be about a 3 yard loss behind the line of scrimmage, as there was 2 or 3 Brighton players there that didn't take him down. And he took advantage of that and rumbled to the left and carried the ball into the end zone for a Hartland touchdown. 6 points, and that makes it Brighton 28, Hartland 24 with 8:32 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
That was a nice move Evan Metz did to spin out of that and get in for the touchdown.
It's Metz's 2nd touchdown of the game, the first being a kickoff return for a touchdown, now a rushing touchdown. Hartland, after the touchdown, looks like they're going to elect to go for the 2-point kick attempt try. Arnold back to hold, Evan Metz back to kick. The ball is snapped, the hold is good, and the kick is plenty good. That's 2 points for Hartland. That had a lot of distance on it, and with those 2 points, Brighton's 10-point lead is trimmed to 2 at 28-26. So Evan Metz on that 2-point kick attempt after his rushing touchdown. Evan Metz now has a kickoff return for a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and he's kicked in a 2-point extra point conversion, Nate. Again, it looks like it's a battle between Metz and Brighton Sieglin right now. And I think, as we said earlier in the game, it's going to come down to which team is going to get together and play some team defense and stop one of these other teams. Brighton had 1 stop on Hartland, and that's what ultimately gave them a 10-point cushion, but that 10-point cushion is down to 2 now. And let's see if Hartland can come out and stop Brighton. They've had a hard time doing that tonight. Brighton's ready to receive the kickoff. Number 82, Chase Allen, to kick for Hartland. He kicks the ball to the Brighton 40, where it's taken by a Brighton player. at about the 40, 41-yard line, where he's met by a couple Eagles and tackled at the Brighton 45, which will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 45. Well, let's see, Nate. Here we go. I know there's some people out there watching who are Hartland fans, and obviously this is open to everybody, so there could be some Brighton fans out there watching this game too. But if Hartland wants to come away, Hartland right now is 2-1 in league play. Brighton's 3-0. The handoff to Brighton. Carries it 5 yards. Number 11, I believe. Jacob Dunn. 5 yards to midfield. We'll bring up a 2nd and actually 4 yards, so 2nd and 6. This time, number 21, Seguin for Brighton. Chris Seguin, who's had a monster night, gets the handoff, but he's met by a few Eagle players for a loss of 3 yards. We'll bring up a 3rd and 9 for Brighton.
It's probably the first good defensive play I've seen by either team.
For Brighton, 3rd and 9, big down for the Hartland defense if they want to capitalize and take a lead here at any point. But the handoff to Seguin. The handoff to number 21 for Brighton again, Chris Seguin, who rumbles about 15 to 16 yards down to the Hartland 39-yard line for a Brighton 1st down, but that play is actually going to be negated, Nate.
Looks like there's a face mask on the offense.
I think we have a holding call on the field, actually. And instead of a 1st down for Brighton, we're going to replay 3rd down for Brighton. And we're going to start play 3rd down at Brighton's own 37, which will bring up a 3rd and about 19 yards for the Bulldogs. That was a big play, Nate.
It was. Too bad they had a holding. Take it back.
Well, I guess it depends who you're rooting for. If you're rooting for Brighton, too bad they had a holding. But if you're rooting for Hartland, then I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there watching this live on www.ustream.tv that are very happy right now, because this is now 3rd and 19 instead of a 1st down for Brighton. Number 15 for Brighton, Noah Piercy, takes the snap, pitches to none other than number 21, Chris Seguin, who is met by a couple Eagle players. Number 16, Brandon Stewart, being one of them. And I believe number 1, Bryce Stewart, as well. Maybe as well number 15, Colin Arnold. A short gain will bring up a 4th down and about 16 for the Brighton Bulldogs. So, Nate, it's 4th and 16 for the Bulldogs from their own 40. I don't think we've seen one punt yet tonight. And this may be the first one. It looks like Brighton is lined up to punt the ball to Hartland. The snap and the kick by Brighton. It's a good punt. And the Hartland player back to receive the punt, backpedals and smartly stays away from the ball. That punt actually is going to be downed by Brighton at the Hartland about 17-yard line. If I'm correct, that's a 43-yard punt with no yards on the return. Very good punt by the Brighton player. We'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Hartland from their own 17-yard line. So, Nate, we've seen it all tonight. We've seen some good rushing. We've actually seen a passing touchdown tonight. We've seen a kickoff return for a touchdown. And that punt right there by Brighton is just another great special teams play that we've seen by these two teams tonight. We've seen some great kickoff returns by both sides. And now a punt by that Brighton player that I believe was a 43-yard punt with no return. That's a pretty darn good punt. And Hartland's backed up in their own end.
I think that was a second defensive stop for both sides combined.
Colin Arnold takes a snap, pitches outside to Alec Powell, who runs the ball right. To about the 20-yard line. It'll bring up about 3rd and a short 7, long 6. Run by number 10, Evan Metz. Handoff, number 10, Evan Metz, 80-yard touchdown run. A Brighton Bulldog player ran all the way down the sideline with him, but couldn't catch him. That's 6 points for Hartland and a 32-28 lead now for Hartland.
That Brighton player was Seguin, number 21.
That was Seguin, huh, Nate? So all night long we've seen number 10, Evan Metz, and number 21, Chris Seguin, going back and forth at it on both sides of the ball. And right there, we saw number 10, Evan Metz, take the handoff, run it up the middle, cut outside left with Seguin trying to catch him, and Seguin couldn't catch him. They kind of were looking at each other in the eyes and daring each other to go at each other, and then Metz won that battle. The snap, the hold, the kick. This time will be no good. The kick is blocked, the attempt by number 10, Evan Metz. But after his 80-yard touchdown run into the end zone, the Hartland Eagles now have a 32-28 lead. In a couple minutes, we'll be announcing tonight's 50-50 winner, so get your blue tickets out so you can see if you're a winner. We'll do that in a couple minutes once those tickets are out so you can hear the number and know if you're a winner or not. There's 54. Is this? How come there's 35 cents in there? Is this the person that wins? So this is this is half of what was in there? So that's kind of weird. $54.35 doesn't make sense. So they've already taken out $54 for Hartland. Kickoff by number 82, Chase Allen, from his own 40 down to Brighton's 40, where it's covered by, I believe, number 12, Daniel Campbell for Brighton. And we have one of the freshman blue cheerleaders, Tessa Metz, in the booth tonight, and she is going to read you the winning 50-50 number for tonight. The winning number is
06519948.
Again, the winning number drawn by Tessa Metz is 0651948. If you have that ticket number, please come up to the home side press box and collect your winnings. Tonight's winnings, the half take-home pay will be $54. The handoff to number 21, Seguin, who's been tough to stop tonight. He takes the ball about 10 or 11 yards to the Hartland 49 for a Bulldog first down. You got her. Thanks. What's your name? Mac want it?
Yep.
The handoff and the pitch to number 21, Seguin, who's met in the backfield and tackled for no gain at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard or a yard. Looks like it's going to be spotted at the Hartland 48 for a Bulldog 2nd and 8 from the Eagle 48. And tonight's 50-50 winner takes home $54, and the winner is Mac Tognetti.
This camera right here goes forward, like on there.
Number 15 for the Bulldogs. Back to pass. Throws up a nice spiral to his receiver down the right side of the field. It's caught by his receiver at about the 10 or 15 yard line and carried into the end zone for a touchdown. Bulldogs. That's 6 more points for Brighton and now gives them a 34-32 lead.
This is just an offensive day for both teams.
Sure is, Nate. There hasn't been a whole lot of defense. I mean, you don't see this many points scored in many of these games. They are 12-minute quarters, but for the most part, it's the clock runs a lot.
And another missed field goal.
Yep, that 2-point kick attempt conversion by Brighton is no good. So the score remains Brighton 34, Hartland 32 with just under a minute left in the third quarter of play.
If each team would make field goals, this score would be in the 40s.
Well, let's see what goes on now. I mean, Brighton had a 10-point lead, lost that lead. Now they're back up 34-32. We have a kickoff coming up to Hartland, again with Evan Metz and Alec Powell back deep at their own 30-yard line. And we've seen a lot of kickoffs here by the Bulldogs, not kicked off deep, but squib kicked, so they don't go back to those two players. And we'll see what happens here. We're probably going to see another squib kick, I think. Brighton set to kick off from their own 40-yard line with a 2-point lead. The kick is recovered by a Hartland player at the Hartland 43-yard line, which will bring up good field position for Hartland 1st and 10 from their own 43 down 2.
I'd like to thank Brian and Jim for helping me out up here. Brian's on the cameras and Jim's helping me announce.
Nate, it's been a pleasure working with you. So Colin Arnold under center to take the snap. Alec Powell in motion right, gets the pitch, and is met by a couple Bulldog players at the Hartland 42-yard line. Which is about the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's going to be a 1-yard loss. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 for Hartland from their own 42-yard line. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. We're going to enter the fourth quarter with Brighton ahead 34-32 on your Hartland Eagles. While we have a break in the action, a reminder that these games can be watched live on the internet. These games are broadcast live over the internet on Ustream.tv. Great opportunity for those who can't make it to the football field in person to watch their football player, to watch it over the internet. And also a special thanks again to the Hartland Football 2014 sponsors, including Ditch Witch, Hartland Township, Hartland Community Education, Hartland Consolidated Schools, Preview Properties, brought to you by Scott Bolin, H&H Powder Coating, the Tobel family, Wayne Thompson and family, the Preston family, Paddock Home Builders, Green Lawn Landscaping and Maintenance, Specialistic Construction, Apsopure, Tony Sacco's, Tanya Gibson, Iverson's Lumber, MAS Mechanical Heating and Cooling, and the Broker family. We're back in action. Hartland's got the ball. 2nd and 11 from their own 42-yard line. Arnold takes the snap, pitches left to Metz, who runs up the middle and then busts outside left, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to catch him again.
He's gone.
Touchdown number 10, Evan Metz. Carries the ball about 58 yards to pay dirt. And that gives the Eagles now a 38-34 lead in what has been a very entertaining game, back and forth by both teams. Well, Nate, another carry by number 10, Evan Metz. I think the Bulldogs knew it was going to him. He took the ball up the middle, cut to the left, and nobody was close to getting their hands on him. Carries it 58 yards for another touchdown, which is his, I believe, 3rd of the game. And he's on for the 2-point kick now. The snap is put down by Arnold. The kick by Metz, short and right. The conversion is no good. But with that 6-point touchdown run by Evan Metz to start the fourth quarter, the Eagles now have a 38-34 lead on the Bulldogs. So, Nate, a lot of offense here tonight. 72 points on the board, and we have almost the whole fourth quarter left to play. A 58-yard run there. We've seen 60 and 70-yard runs. And, again, as we talked about it early in the broadcast, it's going to be what team's going to come down and play defense. It may just take one more stop from one of these teams. Kickoff by Chase Allen down to the Brighton 29. Mishandled at the 29 of Brighton. but recovered by Brighton. The Hartland players are on the field very upset that the officials are giving the ball to Brighton.
I thought that Evan Metz got that ball.
The officials are going to say Brighton recovered it, though, at the 27-yard line of the Bulldogs. And unlike the new rules in college and the NFL, there's no opportunities for challenges or reviews here. So despite what the Hartland coaching staff and the Hartland Eagle players thought, it'll be Brighton ball. The handoff up the middle. About a 5-yard gain for Brighton. Will bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
So here comes Brighton up to the line. Number 10 under center.
Handoff Bulldogs up the middle for about 6 yards for a first down. A reminder that even though the merchandise tent may have closed down after halftime, the concession stands are still open. Just saw a few teenagers led by Nick Miskaric come back from the concession stand with nachos. Go get yourself some hot or cold food over there and support Hartland football. Be first down Bulldogs. Handoff to, looks like number 11, Jacob Dunn. Tackled after about a 3-yard gain. We'll bring up a 2nd and long 7 for Brighton.
Hartland, get me the ball! Somebody get me the ball!
I guess she wants the ball real bad.
I guess so. Handoff Brighton. This time will be for a few-yard loss. It'll bring up a 3rd and 11 from the Brighton 39-yard line. Officials blow the whistle. Looks like it'll be a timeout for Hartland before this 3rd and 11 play for Brighton. Again, a special thank you to your 2014 High Varsity Cheer and Pom team, who've been in front of the Hartland fans providing entertainment all night long, including Hannah Armstrong, Autumn Barnhart, Lindsay Casey, Morgan Cooper, Madison Digue, Mackenzie Dixon, Mackenzie Durand, Hannah Fife, Savannah Gregory, Aaron Martino, Audrey McNally, Rachel Newens, Rebecca Nichols, Jocelyn Ober, Alyssa Ostrowski, Abby Pacienza, Addison Perry, Kelsey Prack, Carolyn Prentice, Olivia Refsel, Amanda Riley, Elena Stunkel, Elizabeth Stock, Callie Tognetti, Rosalind Waldorf, and Allison Zalewski. We return to play. Brighton ball, 3rd and 11 from their own 39-yard line. Snap to the quarterback, number 15, Piercy, who hands off to number 21, Chris Seguin, who appears to be short of the first down marker at the 49, but the officials are actually going to mark him down at midfield. And blow the whistle for a spot. See if he got the first
bring
down
out
or
the
not.
chains.
They are bringing out the chains to see if that 10 to 11-yard carry was enough for the first down or if he's going to be just short. It's close. So I was watching that, Nate, and it looked to me like Seguin was down at his own 49 and bounced up to about the 50.
Yeah, his knee touched about at the 49.
But he got a really good spot at midfield.
Looks like he's going to be short maybe. No, he's got it.
And they're going to give Brighton a first down. The chains come out. The ball is measured, and it'll be a Brighton first down at midfield. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Well, let's see, Nate. See if the defense can, with 7:50 left, get the stop, the one stop they might need to win this game. It's coming down to the last 8 minutes here.
I have a feeling this game's going to come down to the last couple seconds.
Snap taken by Piercy. Handoff to number 55, Carlos Saxon, who goes untouched 50 yards for a Bulldog touchdown. And with that 6 points, the Bulldogs take a 40-38 lead. We've seen a lot of big plays tonight, Nate.
This is the first time I've seen someone else score on Brighton. That's the first.
You're right. It's been Seguin pretty much all night, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if Saxon, number 55, who just ran that one in, has carried the ball all night long. Brighton will line up for the 2-point kick attempt conversion after their touchdown. The snap is down. The kick is no good. Appears to have been blocked by the Eagles.
Alec Powell with the block.
And with the block, the score remains 40-38. Brighton.
I think the key for Hartland right now is to take a bunch of time off the clock but still score.
It's been a very, very entertaining game with a lot of points, a lot of action. Night started off by Corbin Charter's father, Dave Charter, with a great rendition of the national anthem on a beautiful sunny day here in Hartland. Couldn't have asked for a better night for football. And let's see what Brighton does here with their kickoff. My guess is it's going to be another 10 or 15-yard squib kick, in essence, to not put the ball in the hands of Powell or Metz back there. Brighton set to kick off from their own 40-yard line with a slim 2-point margin with 7 minutes and 34 seconds left to play. The kick goes about 21 yards to the Hartland 39, where it's caught by number 1, Bryce Stewart. No return. He caught it on his knee. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Hartland from their own 39-yard line. Well, Nate, we've got a heavy dose of Mets tonight. Powell's sharing the backfield with them. And let's see who they give the ball to here. I'm thinking we're looking outside right to Powell to mix it up a little bit.
They've been in the same formation all night long.
The pitch to Powell, number 20, Alec Powell, who runs the ball about 3 yards to the Hartland 44-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Ball in the middle of the field, number 15 Arnold under center. Mets in motion, gets the pitch left. Has a lot of room in front of him, cuts middle, cuts left again, holds on to the balls, met by a couple Brighton players, tackled high. Down at the 46-yard line of Brighton. That carries enough for a 1st down Hartland. 1st and 10 Hartland from the Brighton 46. As the clock continues to tick and we're nearing the 6-minute mark of the 4th quarter. The handoff middle to Metz, who carries a few Brighton players about 5 yards. We'll say 3 yards to the Brighton 42. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Well, they're driving again, Nate. We'll see if they can score or if Brighton's going to get that stop that we've been talking about all game. Number 20, Alec Powell in motion, gets the pitch right, cuts middle, gets to about the Brighton 40-yard line for a gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Here comes Hartland up to the line. Arnold under center.
Snap taken by Arnold. Pitch left to Metz, who's got a blocker in front of him. Cuts middle. Metz tackled from behind, but not until he picks up about 15 yards. That'll bring up another Hartland 1st down. Metz slow to get up on the play. Eagles 1st and 10 from the Brighton 26-yard line. Arnold under center. takes the snap, hands it up to Evan Metz middle for maybe a yard. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for Hartland. And Nate, with 3:30 left in this game and down 2 points, Hartland, this is obviously 4-down territory. Arnold under center. Metz in motion, gets the ball, goes left. Still going left. And carries the ball down to the Brighton.
He's got the first down.
14-yard line, first down Hartland. So with 2:55 left and Brighton up 2, Hartland's knocking on the door inside Brighton's 15-yard line. Again, Nate, we've been talking about it all night. Who's going to get that stop, and it might be who has ball last.
Hartland's already taken about 5 minutes off the clock since they first got it, this drive.
They're going to feed Metz again, who
Oh,
fumbles
no.
the ball, but he covers it. He covers it. It's going to be about a 4 or 5 yard loss on the fumble, but recovered by Metz at about the 16-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd and about 13 from the 16 for Hartland. Nate, I think we're probably looking at a pitch right to Powell here. It's my guess. It looks like we have a timeout on the field by the Bulldogs with 1 minute and 52 seconds left in the game, and the Bulldogs holding on to a 40-38 lead. Hartland at the Brighton 16. Again, this game tonight is being watched around the world by, or at least around the country, by many people live over the internet. Ustream.tv live broadcasting over the internet, brought to you by Haya Football. Again, a special thanks to our 2014 Hartland football sponsors, including Ditch Witch, Hartland Township, Hartland Community Ed, Hartland Consolidated Schools, Preview Properties, brought to you by Scott Bolin, H&H Powder Coating, the Tobel family, Wayne Thompson and family, the Preston family, Paddock Home Builders, Green Lawn Landscaping Maintenance, Specialistic Construction, Apsopure, Tony Sacco's, Tanya Gibson, Iverson's Lumber, MAS Mechanical, and the Broker family. And we're back in play. Hartland ball, 2nd and 13 from the Brighton 16. Powell in motion right. Pitch to Powell right, and another fumble for Hartland.
Oh, Brighton's got the ball.
And this time it's recovered by Brighton. And Nate, that might have been the one stop we were talking about with 1:47 left in the game. There was going to have to be a stop by somebody if they wanted to win this game. And that fumble there by Hartland and recovery by Brighton. Still some time left, but that could be the stop that was needed to seal this game.
All they really need to do is just probably do one play and then just take a knee twice.
Brighton ball 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Hand off to Seguin up the middle for a nice gain of about 7 yards. It'll bring up 8 yards. Will bring up a 2nd and 2 for Brighton. And a timeout taken by Hartland with 1:14 left in the fourth quarter.
See, if we were to do this, make a box.
Well, Nate, with 1:14 left in action here from the old Hartland High School, Brighton leading 40-38. 2nd and 2. Brighton's got the ball from their own 30. Hartland has to have a stop. That's all there is to it right now. With a first down, this game will be over. Hand off to number 21, Seguin, who takes the ball outside.
There he goes again.
And there he goes.
That'll probably do it.
About a 71-yard touchdown run for Seguin. That actually puts the Bulldogs up 8. And I'll tell you what, Nate. This becomes very interesting because it's an 8-point game, but Hartland's going to get the ball back. And if Hartland can stop this conversion here from becoming a 9 or 10-point game, if they stop the kick or stop the run or pass attempt and it stays an 8-point game, this may be exactly what Hartland needed, was a Brighton score just to put the ball back in Hartland's hands. They're down 8, which is a one-possession game, pending this kick. This kick would seal the deal for Brighton, I'm sure. But if the kick is no good, Hartland's only down one possession.
And there's going to be a timeout from Brighton.
Timeout by the Bulldogs. With an 8-point lead and 1 minute and 2 seconds left to play in this game. So had Brighton gotten that first down there and just stopped, they would have had a 2-point lead and probably just been able to hike the ball once or twice and kneel the game out. But with that score, that actually gives Hartland some life. If they can get a stop here on the 1-point conversion or 2-point conversion, they will have one last chance to get the ball and tie it up if they can get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Let's see what Brighton does here. If I were the coach over there, the way they've run the ball tonight, I think I'd send out number 15 at quarterback and 21 in the backfield and just give the ball to Seguin, let him get the 1 point and go up 9. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. The kicking unit is not out there to go for the 2-point attempt. It looks like they're going to go for the 1, which they haven't been doing all night, but it makes sense here because it's probably the easier play for them, and if they convert, this game is all but finished. So Brighton lines up to go for the 1, 15 under center, handoff to 21, which has been going on all night. He's met by the Hartland players, and that's going to give Hartland an opportunity here with 1 minute and 2 seconds left to get the ball back, only down one possession. 8 points. So, Nate, I agree with the Brighton coaching staff move there to go for the 1 because 1 would have put them up 2 possessions. They didn't get it, though. Seguin was finally stopped by this Hartland defense, something that has not happened all night. He's had a couple long runs, a few touchdowns, and has a lot of yards tonight. But that time he's stopped, and that gives Hartland an opportunity here. I'm not sure if they have a timeout left. I think they may have one. But they're going to get a chance here. Number 10, Evan Metz, and number 20, Alec Powell, back deep to receive for the Eagles. And the rest of the Eagles ready to receive the ball at midfield and beyond. Let's see what they do this time, Nate. I think they'll probably squib it again, but if they squib it to midfield, they're going to give Hartland the ball starting at midfield.
I think they might try kicking it to the left.
So Brighton set to kick off from their own 40, up 8 with under, 1 minute, 2 seconds to play. It's a kick down to the Hartland 40, gotten by a Hartland player, and he's hit hard at the Hartland 45, but Hartland has the ball with 56.6 seconds left and 55 yards from the end zone to give themselves a chance to tie this game up. Colin Arnold under center. Number 10, Evan Metz in motion, gets the pitch left, and runs the ball to a Hartland first down, which should stop the clock at 36.8 seconds. Timeout, Hartland. Metz carried the ball 10 to 12 yards there for a first down to the Brighton 43. It may have been wise for him to get out of bounds there and save that last time out. He was trying to make something happen, but was tackled after a first down, which stopped the clock. But when the ball was spotted, the clock started again, and Hartland burned a timeout, which I believe is their final timeout of this half. And the game clock will be reset from 36.6 to 42 seconds because of the timeout.
Give him the ball, let him go that way, because he hasn't done that all night. This is the short side of the field.
So Hartland with the ball, 1st and 10. Powell in motion right, gets the pitch, and runs back left, and stiff arms a defender and gets smartly out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. It's short of a first down, but stops the clock. Very smart play by number 20, Alec Powell, with 34.2 seconds left in this game.
I think he got the first down. Yeah, he did.
And actually, it looks like he did get the first down, and it looks like the Bulldogs coaching staff is going to take a timeout. So Nate, very good run by Powell there. It looked like he had nowhere to go right. Was met at the line of scrimmage, decided to cut back left, carried the ball for about 10 or 11 yards, which was not only enough for a first down, but he was smart enough to get out of bounds. With his team, I believe, out of timeouts, he got out of bounds, which stopped the clock. And we sit here, Hartland down 8 with 34.2 seconds to go, but now they're down to the Brighton 40. And what's going to happen here? The left side of the field is the short side of the field right now. There's a lot of green over to the right. Maybe see if we see some misdirection here. Arnold takes a snap. Powell gets the ball, runs right. He's met by the Bulldogs defense at the line of scrimmage. The clock's going to continue to run with 20 seconds left, no timeouts. Hartland gets under center for a quick snap. Arnold takes the snap. Pitches right, reverse left to Metz, number 10, who stiff arms a defender and gets out of bounds at the 25-yard line with 5.7 seconds left. This could be the last play of the game here, Nate. It's been a good one. With no timeouts, 25 yards from the end zone. My guess is we got to see a pass play here. And Evan Metz lined up wide right. Won't be surprised if I see him break down the field for a pass. There he goes. He's in the end zone. Arnold back. Pressured. Arnold throws up the ball. Metz catches it! Metz catches it! Touchdown! Number 10! Throw by Colin Arnold to Evan Metz at the 5 or 10-yard line. Arnold was pressured. Avoided the pressure. Just threw it up to Evan Metz, who brings it down. Carries it into the end zone for 6 points, which makes it 46-44. And obviously Hartland has to go for 2 here. Unbelievable, Nate. Last play of the game. No time on the clock. Arnold avoids the pressure. Gets the throw off before getting hit. Throws it down to the 5-yard line. Metz goes up for it. Catches it. Runs it in 5 more yards for a touchdown. Now they need to avoid pressure and get this kick off for 2. The pressure's on here. Snap is down. The kick is up. The 2-pointer. No way! The kick is good! The kick is good! 2 points for Hartland. 46-46. Are you kidding me? Last play of the game. 25-yard touchdown pass by Colin Arnold, who avoids all kinds of pressure. Lofts the ball up to Metz, who runs it in for a touchdown. The 2-point conversion is good. And I think we've seen it all tonight, folks. Our final score here in Hartland. Hartland 46, Brighton 46. It's going to be a tie. But it was a hard-fought game by both teams. As the teams line up at midfield to congratulate each other. Wow, Nate. We saw it all tonight, from special team kickoff returns. Brighton players are throwing their helmets right now. A bunch of them throwing their helmets right now, obviously disgusted by the last touchdown they gave up. They're throwing their equipment off their arms. Obviously dejected. The Hartland team, obviously, even though it was a tie, can't believe they feel like they won right now because they were down 8 with no time to go. Got a touchdown. Got the 2-point conversion. Right now, Evan Metz is being mobbed by his teammates after that touchdown catch and 2-point kick. Even some kids not on his team who play for other varsity levels, including Nick Muscaric and Wyatt Moog. Jack Kucher's in the house. Everybody's down on the field. Hartland will take it, Nate. Hartland will take it.
Your final score, Hartland 46 and Brighton 46.